Listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you, it's not for everyone. Most people, they'll scroll past, they'll run back to what's easy, what's comfortable, something that keeps them numb. But not you. You're here because deep down, you feel it, that weight pressing on your chest, the silence screaming louder than any noise. And you're tired of pretending, tired of running, tired of hiding from the darkness inside you. Good, because that darkness, it's not here to destroy you. It's here to remake you. In the next few minutes, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not here to comfort you. I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm here to show you something the world desperately tries to hide. That every scar, every betrayal, every sleepless night has been preparing you, sharpening you, stripping away the weakness for something greater. So stay right here till the end, because I promise you, when this is over, you'll never look at your pain the same way again. You'll finally understand. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to rise. Now let me tell you, my friend, stop running, stop hiding. The world has already marked you, left its scars deep beneath your skin. And now, here you are, staring into the abyss, feeling the weight of pain pressing against your chest like a crushing tide. You feel it, don't you? The suffocating grip, the ache that never leaves, the nights where you stare at the ceiling, screaming in silence, wondering if it will ever end. But listen to me, that pain, that darkness, it is not your enemy. The shadows you fear, they hold the very thing that will set you free. Pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to mold you, to strip away everything weak, everything fragile. It forces you to evolve, to harden, to become something untouchable. The world has tried to bury you, tried to silence you, tried to make you forget who you are. But guess what? You are still standing, and that means one thing. You are meant for more, so don't resist it. Let the darkness consume you. Let it shape you. Let it sharpen you into a force so ruthless, so unyielding, that nothing, no pain, no loss, no betrayal, can ever break you again. You are not here to be saved. You are here to rise from the ashes of who you were, and be reborn as something stronger, something unstoppable. What happens when there's no one left to catch you? No outstretched hands, no voices calling your name, just silence, cold, suffocating, endless. Most people can't handle it. They run to the noise, desperate for anything to make them forget how alone they really are. But you don't get that luxury, because you were never meant to be one of them. The world doesn't care about your suffering. It won't pause. It won't pity you. It will watch as you fall, as you break, as you beg for a way out. And then it will keep moving, because that's what it does. And that's why most people stay weak. They collapse under the weight of solitude, of pain. They need someone, anyone, to pull them back. But you step into the abyss willingly, because you understand something they don't. Darkness is not your enemy. It's your weapon. Every scar, every betrayal, every sleepless night spent staring into the void. These are your tools. The weak hide from their demons. But you tear them apart and wear their bones like armor. You are not lost. You are being remade. The fire that burns away the old version of you is the same fire that will forge something stronger, something terrifying. You don't need saving. You never did. What you needed was destruction, a breaking so complete that the person you once were is unrecognizable. That's how legends are born, not in comfort, not in safety, but in suffering so deep it threatens to swallow you whole. So, what's it gonna be? Are you going to numb yourself like the rest? Pretend the pain isn't real? Drown in distractions, in empty words, in hands that only reach for you when it's convenient? Or will you embrace the truth, embrace the solitude, embrace the suffering, embrace the silence, until there's nothing left to fear? Because here's the thing, the darkness isn't coming for you. It was never against you. It was always waiting for the moment you finally realized you were made for this. Most people fear the pain. They drown in it, clawing for escape, reaching for anything to distract them from the truth staring back at them in the dark. But you don't get to run. You don't get to hide, because solitude isn't a prison. It's a test, a trial by fire. The weak beg for company. The strong build themselves in isolation. People fear being alone in pain because it forces them to face who they really are. No masks, no lies, just the raw, unfiltered truth. And that truth, it's ugly. It whispers to them, shows them their weaknesses, their failures, their broken pieces. That's why they run. That's why they hide. They bury themselves in noise and validation. But you stay in the fire and let it burn away the weakness. Demons don't haunt you. They train you. Doubt, fear, pain, the voices in your head telling you that you'll never be enough. Most people crumble under their weight, but the ones who refuse to break, the ones who welcome the torment, who look their demons in the eye and smile, those are the ones who become something more, something untouchable. No warrior is made in comfort. No king is crowned without battle. You think the strongest men in history were built in laughter and ease? No, they were made in the shadows, when no one was watching, when no one believed in them. They were sharpened in silence, forged in suffering, and when they stepped into the light, the world didn't just notice them, it bowed. This is your war. Every day, every moment you spend alone, every second you spend fighting yourself. It's all part of the process. You are being refined, stripped down, rebuilt, not for them, not for validation, but for yourself. Comfort is a slow death. Pain is the forge. They tell you to avoid suffering, to seek out ease, to surround yourself with distractions. But that's the trap. The ones who chase comfort never leave a mark on this world. They fade, unnoticed, forgotten. But the ones who embrace the fire, they become legends, alone in the dark. There is no one to save you, no helping hand, no applause, just the raw, agonizing truth of who you are. That's where your strength is born, in the silence, in the suffering, in the nights where sleep won't come, and the weight of your own mind crushes you. That's where you either break or you rise. Weak men fear the dark. The strong carve their names into it. Most people run to the noise, to the crowd, to validation. They need it. They rely on it. But you are not most people. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to stand alone, to tear yourself apart, and rebuild into something the world cannot touch. You want strength, then earn it. Not through words, not through empty promises, but through suffering, through endurance, through relentless, merciless self-discipline. The kind that turns doubt into fuel, the kind that leaves no room for weakness. There is no salvation. There is no easy way out. There is only you, your demons, and the war you must fight every single day. The ones who win that war, they don't just survive, they dominate. They walk through fire without flinching. They do what others can't. And when the dust settles, when the scars have healed, and the world finally looks your way, it won't recognize you, because you will have become something else, something they will never understand, something untouchable. So stop searching for the way out. There isn't one. Step into the fire, embrace the pain, make it your weapon, because in the end, the world belongs to those who have suffered for it. They call loneliness a curse. They fear it. You don't. You see the world for what it is, a battlefield of weak minds seeking validation, clinging to approval like it's their lifeline. But you cut the cord. You've learned the brutal truth. The only person who will ever truly stand by you is you. The weak seek comfort. The strong embrace the void. Most people drown themselves in distractions, in empty praise, in the illusion of companionship. They fear silence because it forces them to face what they really are. But you've walked through the fire of solitude, and you didn't break. You adapted, you sharpened. You became something they will never understand. What happens when you stop needing anyone? You become untouchable. No betrayal can shake you. No insult can reach you. No setback can destroy you, because you've already faced the darkest parts of yourself. You've stood alone in the abyss, and instead of begging for a hand to pull you out, you built your own way up. That's real power. That's real fearlessness. Are you weak enough to listen? Will you let yourself soften? Let yourself sink back into mediocrity? Will you silence the fire inside you, just to make others feel comfortable? Or will you do what must be done? You don't fit into this world. You were meant to reshape it. The ones who fear the abyss will never understand what it means to command it. They will never comprehend the weight of standing alone, the power of self-reliance. They will never be able to control you, to break you, to own you. So, what's it going to be? Do you step back into the shadows, content with being unseen? Or do you step forward into the storm and let the world feel your presence? Because this is the reckoning, not theirs, yours. The moment you stop asking for permission, the moment you stop playing by their rules, the moment you realize fear, pain, and solitude were never your enemies. They were your allies. And when you rise, the world will tremble, not because you were saved, not because you were accepted, but because you became the storm. they never saw.